Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of CoinNewsExtra interview session. Joining us today is a great innovator. He's been doing very well in conducting conferences and many things in the ecosystem. He is Erhan Korhaliller. He is the CEO of EAK Digital. Ian, you are welcome to CoinNewsExtra.
Hi Lee, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, you have been doing amazingly well in the blockchain and crypto space. You are conducting different conferences virtually. Like the other one you did was a virtual reality conference. So you have a conference that is coming up next week. I believe, Blockdown 2.0, the future of blockchain conference. So before we go straight to that, can you just give us a brief about yourself before we continue?
Yeah, sure. My name's Erhan. I'm 29. I'm the founder and CEO of EAK Digital. So we are a leading blockchain PR firm. We've been working in the blockchain space now for about 3.5 years, close to 4 years now, doing PR marketing for various projects. We've worked with some of the larger projects you see on the coin market cap at the moment in the past, and we still continue to do so. And then we moved into events this year. Actually, we were going to organize the Istanbul Blockchain Week. I'm actually half Turkish, half British, and that was all going ahead swimmingly well until, of course, the virus came. We cancelled the Istanbul conference, and then we said, well, you know what? We're not going to let all of this good work go to waste. We've already spoken to so many top speakers and sponsors. Let's put a virtual event on for the whole world, not just for Turkey. And that's what I believe that we managed to do in April. And now we're continuing that now into this June event, and hopefully we'll continue that moving forward, every quarter. So between PR and events, I think that's our sticking point. EAK Digital is a PR agency. We have about 12 people working for us all around the world, across South America, Asia, America, UK, and it really allows us to have eyes everywhere. Allows us to be 24/7 for our clients, and we're really enjoying the virtual event space at the moment. It's been a difficult time, of course, globally, but ultimately, you have to see the opportunities that it provides and adapt, like any entrepreneur should be doing.
Okay, EAK, you are organizing this Blockdown. It's no longer Istanbul because of what the pandemic is doing. And so what can you say, what's really this Blockdown, and most especially Blockdown 2.0 that is coming up? What is it all about?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, so Blockdown 2.0 is a better version of our first event. Our first event, honestly, we had 5 weeks to put it together, from nothing, from an idea in my mind to go live. So it was a very, very crazy 5 weeks time. Basically, what Blockdown allows you to do is it allows you to really, forget about what's happening in the world right now with the pandemic, and really just get lost in the world of blockchain, which is what I know I love to do, and I'm sure you love to do as well, Lee. And just learn from our the biggest speakers, and actually meet people like you would at a normal conference. So like right now, a lot of virtual conferences, they can be pretty boring because you're just watching a screen for 8 hours straight. There's no way to interact with people. There's not much creativity going on. They're just like webinars. And I always thought, well, I go to conferences all of the time around the world, at least until this pandemic happened. And, conference is all about meeting people. It's about building relationships. That's what PR is all about, So I was like, okay, well, imagine if we could actually build like a virtual world that allowed people to dress up as, however they like, professional, fun, maybe as their favorite project. We can wear the logos and just go and meet people just like you would. And to be honest, it's very difficult for people to kind of imagine that without actually going to do it. But we had some excellent feedback. Companies would have their own 3D virtual booths. They would have their own 3D auditorium to watch the event. We even had a 3D nightclub for an after party afterwards. We had live DJs playing. Of course, it's not the real thing. It is fun, but ultimately, we're here to help people connect in a time of crisis. And I believe we did that successfully in April. Now, in June's edition, again, we have the 3D world is back. But this time we're actually integrating these two new features. One of them is called Mastermind Sessions. And what Blockchain Mastermind Sessions is a new type of content. And the reason we've done that is because I'm just personally so bored of like panel, speech, panel. You know, it's the same thing all the time. So by having a mastermind session, it's only for the top minds in the space. So, for example, they can't be sponsored, they can't be pay your way in, and it's to have like, let's say, for example, it'll be like an exchange panel where we have Huobi, OKX, Binance, and let's say Bitfinex all sat together, and they're all trying to work out like the problems that their specific niche of their industry is facing at the time. So it's going to be very rare to have, you know, Kiara Sun from Huobi, Lennox Lai from OKX sat together trying to solve problems, which usually you say there's probably like a friendly rivalry between the companies. So I felt like by being able to watch that and to see them tackle challenges, these industry thought leaders from home, and to see them come together and work would be very interesting. So we have the mastermind sessions this time. We have two. We have a blockchain interoperability mastermind. That's with Jed McCaleb, the co-founder of Stellar. We also have Jack Liu coming from OneChain, the CEO of OneChain, joining us, and possibly someone from Neo. We're still confirming that at the moment. And then we also have an exchange mastermind with Bitfinex, Paolo Ordina, the CTO of Tether, Kiara Sun from Huobi, and Lennox Lai from OKX. So tune in for that. And then the second thing we have actually is called roundtables. So I'm sure you know what a roundtable is at a conference, right? You know, you bring about 8 to 12 people together, you discuss a topic. Whoever's hosting the roundtable is seen as like a thought leader. But this is a great way to kind of, you know, instead of just watching a stream constantly, you know, we have about 8 roundtables going on. We have one hosted by IBM, Oracle, you know, huge companies, Neo, Tomo Chain, Acoin is doing one actually as well. And, you know, it just allows you to get that experience of actually managing to talk to people about something you're passionate in and build a relationship with them, which hopefully, you know, whichever your goal is, whether it's to do business development, whether it's to, you know, build partnerships with that project, whatever it is, you can be very, very tactical as to who you invite to that roundtable that will help you achieve your business goals. So we're getting every event that happens, we're going to keep adding and adding and adding. So ultimately, it's going to be a festival.
Okay. And this in your program, I was able to follow it up the last one, the first edition of the Blockdown, and it was something else. The visual reality and all these things you're talking about, I witnessed it and everything. So apart from the standard and everything, the visual reality of it, you had the quality speakers at the event also. So this 2.0, who are some of the speakers and some of the expectations?
Yeah. So I'm really excited about this edition because we've spent a long time getting quality of speaker, not just the top names, but also the second and third names are also really strong in the panels as well. So of course we have Akon coming back again. He'll be doing a 2-hour segment actually of different panels of fireside chats. Akon will be doing a fireside chat with Brock Pierce, which is, you know, never been seen them two in an event before. We also have CZ doing a fireside chat with Michael Casey, who's the Chief Content Officer of CoinDesk. And a very famous author, former Wall Street Journal. We also have a fireside chat with David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple. Very, very charismatic character. I'm very much looking forward to seeing that session. And then, yeah, you know, on top of that, as I mentioned before, we have the big exchange execs from Huobi, Lennox Lai, Kiara Sun, Paul Aldini. Honestly, the list goes on. But this time around, we also have the big projects from Asia joining us. So we have VChain, OneChain, Zilliqa, and a bunch of others. So it's really a who's who of blockchain. So yeah, I think, you know, tickets are free as well, so anyone can come and attend and enjoy the session.
Okay, talking about people coming to attend is an amazing event. What are the details of the event, boiling down from date, time, and ticket? Or how do we get one and how do we access the event?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, tickets are available on our website, which is blockdownconf.com. That's CONF/tickets. There's 3 different tiers of tickets. There's a free ticket for everyone that wants to watch the 2D and 3D experience, and then we have a business and VIP ticket for, you know, extra upgrades. And the event is happening this coming Thursday and Friday, which is the 18th and 19th of June. And we're running from 11 a.m. Central European time to 11 p.m. Central European time. So 12 hours a day for 2 days, 24 hours of action-packed blockchain content. So yeah, don't miss it.
Okay, that's very, very interesting. So having said all these things, we are expecting much from this big event. So finally, before we draw the curtain, we believe that what you are doing is part of it, educating people, because it's going to bring adoption. It's going to bring. How do you see the future of blockchain entirely in time to come?
Yeah. Well, it's very interesting right now, isn't it? Because, in this moment right now, I mean, all of the macro kind of signals at the moment in the world is all pointing towards cryptocurrency adoption, right? We're seeing a lack of trust in governments. We're seeing high inflation. We're seeing the Fed printing money. Like, everything that is happening outside of our control as an industry is actually going in our favor somewhat. Now, of course, we don't want to see this happen around us, but more and more people, even this last few weeks, I've had people that never knew about blockchain or Bitcoin messaging me, trying to find ways that they can actually save their money now, because they're not so sure they can trust their money in the bank. They're not so sure that, the bank's going to be there next year with all of this money printing going on. So they're looking for new ways to save their money. There's apps right now that, in my opinion, I think DeFi is the killer app for blockchain and crypto to get into the hands of the people that really need it. The fact that right now you can get up to 18% interest on some of your favorite coins is just crazy, like compared to what you get in a bank. And I really believe that with DeFi coming more mainstream and the blockchain behind it and the technicals behind it becoming stronger, that will be the first real use case for onboarding people that are less technical, because they'll just be able to see, oh gosh, if I can get 18%, is that easy? Like, for example, on crypto.com or Celsius Network, it just makes complete sense. So in my opinion, I think DeFi is the game changer that will bring in the next million people into crypto, and from there, hopefully we'll be able to continue to build and really have that kind of decentralized vision that we always wanted.
Okay, DeFi is the future of finance. So how do you see the future of your conference, Blockdown? How is it?
The thing is, with a virtual event, you're only limited by your imagination. This time around we have a boat party, a VIP boat party, which sounds crazy, but it's just it's just a virtual event. So the way that I see the Blockdown continuing is to make it more accessible to people. So I think I mentioned before we started recording, in the next edition in September, you will no longer have to download any piece of software to enter the 3D world. It will all work in your browser, which is amazing, because it's going to be available no matter how old your laptop or computer is. It's going to work for everyone at really, really fast rates. And then also what we can do is we can build different worlds, right? I mean, we could have an IBM branded a lounge. We could have a Binance Park. Like, it really can be anything that you could imagine. I'm thinking of it more as a festival feel. So we would have multiple things going on at the same time around the event. This time around, for example, we have an art gallery as well. Sorry that I didn't mention that, where people can have a look through some really cool crypto art that's been done out there. There's some really nice digital pieces online. And, I think next time, we're going to be bringing the big names, instead of just being, on video call, we're going to bring them into the world. So you'll see Caesar, you'll see Akon walking around in the virtual world in future events. So you can take a selfie with them, you can meet them just like you would in real life.
That's very, very interesting. Thank you very much, Erhan, for joining us today on CoinNewsExtra.
Thanks for your time.